I'm sorry. I gotta say, I love our intro. That music you picked
No.
was so cool. I'm like just jamming out to it,
I
and I was
know,
like,
too. I'm like, da-na.
like,
Oh, I
uh,
know. It's very uplifting. To all our viewers out there, I know you guys may or may not know this about me, but I really love the band Train. I just do. So I get to see them again in August. I'm taking my mom, and it's going to be really, really special and really, really awesome. But they're just something about them. And Michael, I just got back last night, really late, from seeing the Furry concert, and I
yeah,
have another new favorite song. So the light that waits, and it's a really beautiful song. It's very uplifting. It's about when darkness comes in and it kind of follows us, or it hinders us, or it pushes us down and makes us feel bad, that there's always light waiting. So it's just kind of a really beautiful song. But yeah, it's the greatest song. So Joy, you got to listen to it. Awesome. I'm happy about that. I told Joy about that song today, and she was gonna check it out. So I'd like to say hello this evening to everyone that's here. I see you, Jocelyn. Hello, all the way from Malaysia, girl. I appreciate you being here. Namaste. Bethany, I see you. Joy, I saw you on here. I think I saw Kaylin on here. Let's see, who else did I see at the very, very beginning? We saw Kelly's, I think Kelly's here. When you guys get here, just type in the chat, hey, I'm here. Hi, say hello. Let us know where you're from. Let us know what you've been up to. Don't give me lots of information about who you want to hear from tonight, though, because I don't want to know that actually. I will do that for you. So I want to start out just really quick housekeeping. We need to move along, and I want to get to our readings, and that's why you're all here. So I don't want to make anyone wait. I am going to take our spirit candle, and I'm going to place it back here on the chair. Remember that this spirit candle is an EMF candle. I've got some other things sitting here as well. We've called spirit in. We want our ancestors, our loved ones, our family members that are on the other side to join us tonight, to bring us messages of hope and love and devotion and comfort. So everybody just take a deep cleansing breath in through your nose and push out all the to-do list. Push out all the things. Think about your loved ones in spirit. Think about wanting to hear from them. When the candle goes on or off, either way, that signifies that there's an EMF fluctuation or a change in the room. So you may notice that throughout tonight's readings. Um, who was that just said hello? Becky. Hey,
Vicky.
Becky. So you may notice the candle changing, going on or off. All that is it's a change in fluctuation for EMF. I find it interesting to do that because sometimes we'll see it change in the middle of a reading, and it's like inevitably I'll be feeling like I'm pulling somebody else in, and we'll have like an EMF spike or something. So just a little thing I like to do on the side because it's kind of fun to watch, and also kind of, makes sense with the energy flow. Tonight, I do not want you to tell me anything. Like, don't say, oh, I want to talk to my grandma and she passed in 1962 and this is what her name is and please get in touch with her. Can you please tell me, tell me, tell me? What I want you to do, okay, and I'm going to I'm going to go spirit led tonight, but what that means is I'm going to allow spirit just to come in, okay, and I've already been feeling stuff in my head as we are getting started here, so I've got lots of things kind of bombarding me all at once. I have to then separate out the energy and figure out who I'm with. And I can do that by commenting in the chat, letting me know that what I'm saying, you understand. Okay. So if you understand 85, 95%, 100% of what I am saying, the clues and the information I'm giving, be sure to pop it in the chat. The reason I say that, I don't want you to miss your loved one. I don't want you to miss your reading. Um, I can tell you that people oftentimes don't want to say and they're not so sure yet. And so they're like, I'm going to sit back, I'm going to wait. When we have parallel readings, or what I like to call postcards, that is when two people have the same bit of information. Maybe you were both born in May. Maybe your moms passed both of this around the same time. Maybe they were both diagnosed with cancer. Whatever it is, okay? Those can be parallel situations where you're sitting there and you have a loved one with that situation, whereas somebody else has the same, different loved one, same situation. They'll come in. If you sit back and you go, oh, I'm not sure yet if that's my person, but that does fit, and you sit back, someone else with that same reading, their energy gets stronger when you kind of ignore and push back. So be very open, just be loving, be open, ready to hear from whomever. I never know who's coming in, so I am going spirit led. However, I want to take about half of our time tonight, and I want you just to pop in the chat somebody that you miss greatly that you'd like to hear from. All I want from you is either a name or a relationship, not both, please. One or the other, okay? And I'm going to be kind of pulling energy from that as well tonight, looking at those names as they come up. And if I'm drawn to that, I will obviously pull and go to that. So the spirits on the other side, they make me feel an emotional tie and a bond to them. That is how they work in this physical world. So they make me feel that emotional tie and bond that you have with them here on this earth plane. And they give me symbols and signs and things like that to let me get in touch with and find out who I'm reading, who I'm with. So with that said, Michael, do you have anything else you want to say before we get going tonight?
I just want to share we do our best to bring
Yeah.
the people in and the beings in. We can't guarantee everybody is going to get a reading. We do our best though. And so we just simply ask, if you don't get a reading, don't feel upset. We can try again next month. We do our best within the time frame to get to who we can. And so it's just I just wanted to share that, and I also wanted to share this is a first for us. Anna Cordova put a heart reaction to the show. And
Hi,
it's saying
hi,
hello.
Anna. That is awesome. Hello, Anna. Oh gosh, look at this. Good morning from South Africa. My first time here. Well, welcome. Welcome to the show. Welcome in. I hope you were here to hear what I had said before about the readings. If not, I'll kind of be going back into some things about how I operate and how I work with spirit. Hey, Dragonfly. I want to get going right away here. Michael, it's kind of funny. I read Joy's comment. She said, been a rough few weeks, I think, Joy's comment. And
Right.
immediately I've got this gentleman here. And he comes in and he's like, she's been putting out the fires. He's like, she's been putting out the fires. And I feel like this, Joy, if you can understand and relate to what I'm saying, has your dad ever said something about putting out the fires related to his life, but also related to just the world in general? Because this felt like your dad's energy all over it, like putting out the fires. We're putting out the fires. And when he came in to say this, he kind of giggled about it and said that, to me, he said about the person that I'm trying to find. And I'm leaving it a little open right now because if it's not you, I want to make sure we find our right person. But his energy feels very similar to things I've felt with you before, Joy. And it's like he's so jovial and he's so happy. And he knows you've been going through it, honey. He's like, oh my gosh, she's always putting out the fires. She's always putting them out. She puts them out all the time, not just for her, for the world, for everyone. She is there for everyone. She never misses a beat. She has to stay on task with every person she keeps up with. And she's always done that. And she's always been a best friend. And she's always been so good. And I have to tell you, Joy, as I'm saying this about a best friend, he is telling me right now, he's saying that, and here she comes. A best friend was lost. Someone that you really cared deeply for was lost. And I do know that. And as I'm talking about your dad and bringing in this energy of she always was putting out somebody's fires. She's always helping. She comes in and she just says, Joy, I love you. I love you. Thank you. Thank you for the way you've remembered me. Thank you for the things that you've posted about me. She's talking about a card. I don't know if there was a card sent to someone, like a sympathy card, but there's a card. And she's talking about thank you for taking the time to care about me and love me and let other people that you may not have even known very well know how much you loved me. So does that make sense to you about some kind of a card? Not no card yet. What does yet mean, Joy? Does that mean you are doing a sympathy card for someone for her? And you can just let me know in the chat. Yeah, yeah, Joy, he is. He is. It's interesting that he's kind of bringing her into this with you, but as he's doing this, it's basically kind of like hand leading, like his way of saying, come on, let me show you how this works. Let me show you what we're doing today. And I know she already knows this, but she could be a little bit like trepidatious or a little scared of things she was uncertain about. Do you understand that for her?
She says, haven't gotten a card to send to her relatives.
Okay. What I'm saying is, though, were you thinking about it or planning that? And if it's no, it's fine. That's fine. There's some kind of a card though that I'm being shown that is going to be that's going to be received or sent, and I'm not sure if it's a receive or send, but there's a card coming.
She says, yes, I think so.
Okay. Okay. She just wants you to know that she sees and loves everything you've been doing for her 100%. Um, oh, a poem to the family. Okay. See, that's exactly what I could be talking about because I see this card in front of me with writing on it to the family. So if you sent a poem to the family, that could be what I'm picking up on. Something very sentimental, very important. And this would have gone to a boy or a younger man. Um, I feel like it would have gone to someone like younger, a lot younger, if that makes sense.
She says, oh, I sent a photo of poems to her family to read if they wanted to her nephew.
Okay. So you sent poems to her nephew for the family to read. That's beautiful. Well, I need you to know that she is sharing that with me. So she's sharing the card. She's sharing the fact that you sent something, and that was important. And she knows that it was received. It was received well, and it is being looked at. So you may not have gotten that word back from family yet, but they have seen it, and they do know. Okay, via Facebook. Okay, okay. Her funeral was 3 hours from me, so I could not attend due to your foot. Okay, yeah. Alrighty. And I know they appreciate it, and I know they know. And she shares with me too. This is so weird. I'm not sure why she just sat me down to have coffee, Joy. She sat me down to have, but it wasn't just like coffee. It was like chai, mocha latte, blah blah blah. I mean, it was like coffee, like souped up coffee. So something wherein you may have gone and had coffee with her when she was here on the airplane. Does that do you make sense of that?
She's asking, did she hear me on the phone that her nephew put phone up to her as she
Yeah,
was dying?
yeah. I want you to know she did. The thing about it, not sure a coffee. Okay. There's something about I need to go into this coffee. Give me just a second with this coffee because it's an exchange. Um, because the way she's showing it to me, she's showing the coffee, and I don't want to ignore your question. I'll get to it. She doesn't show me like as you're sitting down. It's almost like a swap, like something was given and something was received. Um, friendship. Okay, friendship. Okay. Joy, I'm not sure, and I don't know a lot about that relationship that you had, but I feel like there was not. Where was this meeting? There was a meeting. a meeting with her, like you've been in her physical presence before. You've actually been in her physical presence. Joy, I don't even know if this is right or wrong. She keeps showing me like this exchange of energy, like getting together, meeting her, seeing her, and it's almost like you're there to see her, but then you also have things that you scheduled around it. Does that in the same location or locale? Does that make sense?
It says we would meet an hour and a half each drive to meet for lunch a few times.
Okay.
A
Okay.
few of us widows.
Got it. Okay. So she's showing me this quick exchange where you would see each other, maybe exchange, exchange a hug, exchange lunch, coffee, that just kind of like a quick exchange, and then you would be back on the road. Does that make sense? I don't think you really appreciated. She's telling me right now to tell you that I don't think she's telling me that you meant the world to her. You meant the world to her. You you were that friend that was giving, never taking, always giving. You were always there for her, Joy. In her deepest, darkest hour, you were the good people. You were the person she would admire and adhere to and say, I should tell Joy. You became a sister to her, and she wants you to know that right now. Because she just told me, she said, this is not just a friendship. She said, this is a sisterhood.
She says, same to me. We met in widow group and spoke every day in chat, both cat mamas.
Okay. Well, I will leave you with her love. And it's funny how your husband ushered her in, and he kind of made a funny joke about it, which I think pertained to his prior career. You're putting out all the fires, Joy. You're putting them out, but this also has to do with your life in general and the things around you that you're constantly dealing with and having to worry about all the time. You're constantly putting out those fires, but he's so proud of you because you guys did actually like you guys hit off this energy with her so well that he was a firefighter. Okay. And she did meet up with her. Wait, did she meet up with her? Oh, absolutely. Yes, absolutely. She is with her husband. And that happened very quickly, extremely quickly. Um, I need you to, okay, this is interesting. Joy, does the number 514 mean anything to you? A 5, a 1, and a 4. 514. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I wanted to let you know. I hate when these readings become kind of like downturned. I do believe, Joy. Um, I know that we've briefly spoke about the cat. Um, I don't think. I think what she's telling me right now, and I'm just going to say it, and I'm just going to say it. She says, I'm not without Vinny. I'm not without Vinny. I know that makes a lot of, I know that's a tearjerker. I know that's difficult to hear. And she says, I'm not without Vinny. And I feel the kitty's presence. I feel her with him. Um,
He says, I am happy she is with her husband, and that makes me happy Vinny is with her.
yeah. The cat, need to say this, but she's telling me, she said the kitty lost his way. And that's really all she would say about that. Hey, Michelle, she says the kitty lost his way, but the kitty is with her.
She says he got out when ambulance D and hadn't been found, so I'm thrilled for her. Thank you.
Yeah, I think he was a little freaked out by everything that was happening around the house. Hey, Kelly, and I do think and feel that he didn't suffer. Okay, so this was quick. I do think it was not the day of the leaving the house. Um, and he was her whole world. Yes. Did Vinny have like a this is interesting that I'm trying to bring this out. Was there like a white patch or a white stripe somewhere on Vinny? Did you get to see Vinny? Or did he have a collar on? There's something white. I can just see a little speck of white. Oh, he was black and white. Okay. Okay. Because it's like the white is it's almost like a what are those calico is yellow and white, right? But black and white, like is there more black than white? Because that's how I'm seeing it. Like the white is more ringlet. Is the tail a ring? Like does he have rings on his tail? I don't know if I'm explaining myself very well. I'm not a cat mama. I'm sorry, but it's like you know how lemurs are. You know how they have the rings, Michael. So
Right.
it's kind of like black and white, like almost like a pattern or something toward the tail. Does that make sense, Joy? I keep seeing his tail as he walks with her, and he keeps like curling the tail around her and kind of going around and curling the tail around her. Okay, okay, that's fine. That's good. Well, I want to leave you with all her love, and your husband, thank him for ushering her in today. That was beautiful for him to do it in the way he did, and just to also be there for you and tell you, Joy, just you're just putting out the fires. You're putting out the fires. He knows it, and he loves you. And I'm telling you, he thinks the world of you. Like there's no one there's nothing you can't accomplish, Joy. There's nothing. He knows that. He's like, she always had it to. She's got it. She's got it. Even though you may not feel like it, Joy, you do. Um, Let me move now. I've got a female coming in. Um, you're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, your dad. That's right. Your dad. Um, there was a young boy here early too, and I'm going to get back to him because he has stepped aside at the moment, but we will get back to him. I'm looking too in the chat, just looking for names as well as we go along if anything strikes. This is okay. This is I keep seeing again. I keep seeing hearts around this female. There would be something with this female. Please hear me understand this. Somebody either became religious or lost religion out of the death of this young female. So we either became really religious or we lost religion. One of the two out of the death of this female. Um, this female would have been younger, perhaps in her late 20s, early 30s. I'm getting a sense of being kind of lost in a way, if you will, not feeling seen, not feeling like she's being listened to or heard, feeling lost, kind of out in the cold feeling with her. The name Cheryl, Sherry, Sharon might be an attachment on the earth plane for this person. Like a Sha name. And they're telling me that it would, they're telling me that they would definitely place responsibility for their passing on themselves. So for me, that always indicates somebody that perhaps didn't exactly want to do what they were doing, didn't plan it. This isn't like a planned thing, but they were just very depressed, and they went through a huge uproar that left them very depressed and felt they had nowhere to turn to. They didn't have anyone listening. They felt like they didn't have anyone listening because they're telling me that there is a mom that's here. Does anyone understand a female? Lots of hearts, could possibly be even like a heart tattoo, or something in remembrance that has a heart. And losing religion or gaining religion after the fact, after this person was lost, feeling out in the cold. A name, Sherry, Cheryl, or Sharon, a Sha name associated with someone here on the earth plane. That could be a mom, a grandma, an aunt, an uncle, but not uncle, an aunt, a sister, somebody that's like still here, and then a mom in spirit.
Kelly Scribner says it could be my daughter.
Okay. And what does when will I get a breakthrough? Okay, someone's asking that. Amanda's asking that. Okay. All right. Okay, Kelly. Let me see if this is her. Let me tap in a little bit more. Do you understand? Do you understand, Kelly? Those was the no meant for the names, Kelly? Just let me know in the chat, or was that, I'm not sure what the no pertained to. And Kelly, would you understand with your daughter? I don't know. I don't know why she just showed me this. She showed me a pair of ballet shoes.
Now Kelly says yes.
Okay, is that yes for the ballet shoes? I'm just gonna wait till we get, so we know for sure, because there's a little bit of a lag, guys. Okay.
She says, my bad, no.
What was the yes for? That's what I didn't guess I got. My bad, no. It's no. Okay, ballet shoes, no. Because there's something associated with this girl, this young girl who feels out in the cold. Mom is supposedly here. The loss or gain of like religious situation, the heart, possibly a tattoo or something in remembrance of her heart. Sherry, Cheryl, or Sharon, and then ballet shoes. The ballet shoes are like what she's bringing in as a key of her early childhood. She would have done ballet or wanted to do ballet, had a pair of ballet slippers, that kind of a thing. Danced. Kelly, tell me what you don't, tell me in the chat what you don't understand. Hi, Willard. We're spirit led right now, but we'll be doing that here in a minute.
You know, it's interesting when you said uncle and then you said no, not
I
uncle. It's
know.
because of Shannon. That name goes both ways.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Kelly's
don't think
saying
it
it's
is?
not
Okay.
her. I don't think.
Okay. Okay. And we have a lot of people watching on a lot of platforms. So if you're on and this is resonating and you're not in the YouTube chat, I can't see your comments. So take that reading as a postcard if you are on and you're understanding that as a hello from your loved one, that they know you've been thinking about them. And we are going to kind of move on because I want to make sure that we get readings to the people I can get readings to. Um, okay. Okay, someone recently, and I'm not sure where this is going, has walked in the rain. I am seeing a person walking in the rain. Okay, how does anyone understand someone walking in the rain? And then what I see from the walking in the rain is laughter and happiness. This isn't like my car broke down and I had to walk a mile in the rain. This is actually doing this for fun, doing this because it's like, oh, I got caught in a rainstorm. Are you serious?
Yes,
When did this happen?
today actually, this
Oh
morning.
my goodness. Okay. Michael, it could be your mom or your dad coming in, so I'm not going to dismiss it. I'm going to let them speak. But it wasn't a bad thing. And they're talking about okay, I'm seeing who is related to you named Bob?
Bob?
Do you have a Bob or a Bobby?
Um, I have that in probably three different ways.
Okay. Do you have an Uncle Bobby?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, because I'm hearing uncle to the side of this, and so I need to parse that out because there's an uncle association with this. But there's something about walking in the rain with you, and it was joyful. You didn't intend it to happen, but it did. It was joyful. You kind of enjoyed it. You didn't let it bother you. But there was something about doing that, and I keep seeing you speaking up to people. Like, did you speak up to mom and dad when this was happening, or speak up
Uh,
to someone?
Not today, but I have done it on other times.
Okay, because I don't think what I'm seeing is today. I think what I'm seeing, they're showing me like another time. They're showing me you doing this before.
Mm.
Um, where does the C name come in for this? There's a C. I don't know what that is yet. Let me get by the C name. That goes with the uncle. Um, so C. This may be the uncle. May be somebody for someone else, Michael. That's with a C. But hold on, because I'm parsing this out. There are two gentlemen here right now, and one of them, to me, feels like Joe. Feels like dad energy. Feels like very very grounded, very sentimental energy. Um, yeah, and then Nancy like pops in and says hello, hello from the other side, son. Um, the walking in the rain, though, that this is something that has not happened often, but when it has, it's put you in a different mind spot. It's put you in a different place. It's made you look to the heavens and be grateful and think in a different way than normal people would getting caught in the rain. Does it make sense to you?
It does.
Okay. Um, who used to call someone or did call someone baby?
I'm not sure on that one.
Was there a pet, a dog, something named baby?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay, I want to hold on to all these things that I'm getting as far as the C, the uncle, the baby. I think these are the other person coming in and grabbing the show. Anyone with an uncle, a related C name, and calling a pet or someone baby as a nickname.
Well, I am the youngest. I don't know if they would refer to it that way.
Okay,
I just thought about that.
yeah. The C though seems like someone's name for me. I almost want to say like a Carlos or I had a dog named Baby Anna. Okay, Anna, because I was feeling like this baby reference was a pet. In is baby in spirit, please? Let me know in the chat, yes or no. And do you understand like a C name? Okay, and I see your response too about calling your husband. Um, Anna, just let me know if your pet babe that you named baby is in spirit. Just yes or no. And then also if you understand somebody with us, oh, well, your last name is Cordova. So now I feel like that's silly to say because I'm getting a C. Maybe it's the last name. She says
She
yes.
says yes.
Okay, perfect. Okay, Anna, I want to work with you if that's okay with just a few moments here. Um, do you understand someone in your family? This feels like a father figure to me, and it feels like a C name. Now they could be just giving me the C for their last name right now. They're not giving me much more than that. They are talking about baby, a pet that is with them. So I need you to know that whomever this is for you has baby. I was getting an uncle earlier, and I wasn't sure if the uncle was who was telling, but that's who I'm coordinating this. There's an uncle, and there's the pet named Baby. Oh, thank you, Willard Wright. Thank you for that, giving me his real name so we can address him per his name. That's fine. No, no worries, no worries there, Richard. So Anna, there's a C name associated with this, the loss of baby. Baby is with this person. I'm feeling this uncle energy. So if you have an uncle on the other side, I feel like this is also on dad's side, not mom's side. Waiting for Anna. And he talks about being around you or closer to around you when you were younger. So this may not be something where this uncle sees you quite often. Maybe that you've only seen him a few times. Are you still with us, Anna?
I can actually take the scene name if it's attached to our side.
To an uncle?
She was on my mom's side of the family. I don't remember.
Oh, but it's a female name you're thinking?
The C would be a female, yes.
Okay. Okay. This is where I talk about postcards, right? Because
Yeah.
That's what's happening. Like, I think your dad came in and he wanted to give you a quick, brief message and tell me, like, about the walking in the rain, that that's a beautiful thing. Um, and all my uncles have to. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, so that was like your postcard, Michael, and a little glimpse in for you. And then they moved, and then they were giving me information too. Anna, do you understand? Okay, my dad has passed, and all of my uncles have passed too. Yes, correct on the uncle. Perfect. Okay, and would you understand, Anna, someone with a C name, first name, or a Bobby? Because I was getting this Bobby or Bob relationship as well earlier for any of your uncles or your father.
It says the scene name I'm not sure about though.
Okay, and that can be why we're getting a postcard for you, Michael. Um, Anna, do you have a car? Is there a Carlos though in your family, or Carletta, Carlos, something with a car?
Carlotta?
I keep hearing car, and and it's muffled, but I'm hearing that beginning part. Also, there is something with a car related to someone of your people that have passed though. Anna, there's something with a car. I almost want to say somebody was an auto mechanic, or they worked on cars, or they did a lot of work with cars. Does this make sense, Anna?
My
Oh,
stepdad's
stepdad's
name is
name is Bobby.
Bobby, and he
Okay.
is really sick now though.
Okay, and remember I said that Bobby I thought was on the earth plane still. I thought that was a name associated, not necessarily a name that was on the other side. Okay, perfect. All right, so someone is coming in to let us know that they are aware and they understand what's going on with Bobby, and they are there in spirit, and they are definitely paying attention and watching over Bobby right now. So know that that was their big concern when they first stepped in, was they gave me that name Bobby, and they gave me Baby, your dog's name that they are with on the other side. So if Bobby is your stepdad's name and he's not doing so well, know that someone there that is associated is looking out for Bobby. My dad did, and my stepdad works on cars too. Perfect. There you go. There it is, Michael. Woo! I was like sweating bullets again because, as you know, when we get clues from the other world, I'm raising my vibration. They're meeting me halfway, and sometimes when you're little depleted on energy, and I am today because I went to that concert and messed myself up, messed my sleep cycle up. This is what happens. So good to know. This is exactly what he's trying to share, Anna. Your dad in spirit is here. He's talking about Bobby. He's letting you know things are going to be okay. He's got his back. And he's also talking about the cars, your uncles, and they're just bringing in all the little pieces to let you know they're surrounding you and your family in love through these hard times. Okay? Aw,
She
yeah,
says, "Thank you so much. Oh, so very much, because I have been struggling with this. I have
yeah.
felt a part with the suffering of my stepdad's sickness."
Yes, okay, okay. And, just be there. Just be there if you can for him. Um, I know that our loved ones always step in and they want to be there when we're going through things, so that they're there. They're very much in the know at all times of what's happening down here with us. Again, like, just for all of our viewers on here tonight, just to know, you guys have to know, believe that they're there, believe that they know everything that's going on, and they're seeing it and they're watching, and they are doing what they can do. Our candle went off, I don't know when, but they are doing what they can do from the other side to help us. Um, he chose not to continue. It's been a lot. Okay, yeah. Okay, beautiful. Well, know that these decisions he's making are decisions that he feels are right for him. And while the family sits back and we get upset because we don't want to let our loved ones go, just be supportive. Be supportive from him, and know that your dad's there, and they're all going to be reunited, and it's going to be okay. All right. Our grief here on the earth plane is what's really hard, because we don't want anyone to leave us. And it's incredibly sad when it does happen, but we can lift each other up through love and comfort and joy, and these kind of meetings that we do, where people come through And it's so impressive and so important to get the message out that this isn't woo woo and it's not crazy. And there are just people that are able to tap in. So thank you for trusting me with your loved one, Anna, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you. And they did a great job. Okay, let's see here. I keep seeing Richard's comments. And then let's see. I think it was, make sure I'm not, what did you say? You said in other chats that you have children, so you already know. Okay. I'm not sure all of those comments, but you remind me of, aw, Bethany. That is like the sweetest comment anyone can ever say. I mean, seriously, that's really sweet. I I appreciate that. That just makes me very, very humbled. Very humbled. Um, okay. Bethany, I do actually want to come to you, honey, really quick. And there's something I don't know why I keep coming back to Bethany's name, but I'm gonna tap in a little bit with her real quick. Um, there there's there's a name here that keeps coming back to me, and I'm not sure why. Bethany, do you understand the name of Joyce? A J name, Joyce or Joy? Um, this started happening at the beginning of the show, and I wasn't sure why. So, thank you, Bethany. To tell me if you understand the name Joyce, Bethany. I keep having Joyce scream out, and I don't know. Hey, Teresa. Joyce is a name that is someone associated with Bethany, I believe. Okay, I'm going to take that as a yes. She didn't say yes, but I'm going to take it as a yes.
I think that would be safe.
I know. Okay. Uh, I don't know what's. We're gonna go a little funny here now because she's got you crying, and that's okay. But I'll tell you what, Joyce is a funny, funny person because she is like that spontaneous, giggly, like, we were gonna do this today, but forget that. We're gonna go do this now. She's very spontaneous. And something about this is funny. You're gonna laugh, but she's very, very much saying, "Look at my hair. Look at my hair. Look at my hair. Look at my hair." She's all concerned about her hair. I don't know why she's concerned about her hair. I don't know if she's telling me that it's back, it's full, it's thick. Um, I don't know if she was taking medications that were causing her hair to be thin because I'm not seeing her hair totally gone. I'm just seeing like her hair thinning. Does that make sense to you, Bethany? And she keeps showing me there's like a there's a I don't know what I don't know it's written. So there's something on and I want to say forearm kind of um uh, uh okay, yeah. Okay, I just looked back at my counter, sorry, because they said look behind you and I have a little plaque in my room. She could be that way sometimes. She had very thin hair my whole life. Okay, perfect. That is why she gave me that, Bethany. She gave me the thin hair because that is an attribute of hers that you would recognize immediately. And she would have complained. She would have not. She would have complained about it. She would have gone, "Oh, my hair's too thin. Oh, I can't do what you do with your hair. Oh, your hair is so pretty. Look, you can curl your hair and you can straighten your hair, and I can't do anything. I just have thin hair." This would have been something she would have said to you. And she talks about something on the arm. And I look back. I have a sign in my room, and it says "dream." And she's showing me that on my arm. She's showing me like "dream," and it's like written out. I believe this is like a tattoo or something on an arm that says "dream." Do you understand that, Bethany? The tattoo on the arm of dream, or something that says dream. It seems like it's really lagging tonight, doesn't it?
She says she had surgery years ago and it messed
Her right arm where she
up
couldn't
her
use
right
it.
arm where
Okay.
she couldn't use it.
Okay. That's good because we're with the right arm. But did you have something? I like literally. Is there like a dream, like somewhere where you got a dream tattoo or something with dream, literally written on it? The
I
right arm.
wonder
Go ahead.
I wonder if she's got like a tattoo in mind and they're showing her to do it
I think
maybe.
that this. I think that this is something that she's either thought about or has, or there's somebody has this tattoo. Like I keep seeing it. It's written. It's like written. You know, like cursive on the arm, but almost like says dream, I think. And there's a piece to this that Joy is telling me is something that she used to tell you. She used to tell you dream big,
Oh,
dream big. No, not her have a tattoo. You have a tattoo.
she said she didn't have any tattoos, but Bethany has
Oh, okay.
forever tattooed on her arm.
Forever instead of dream. Okay, okay. And is it written out? Is it like cursive, like spelled out? That's the way I'm seeing it, and it's on the arm. And she keeps giving me back the word dream, though. I need you to know, Bethany. She keeps saying dream, dream, like dream big. You've been holding yourself back. There's something in life where you keep saying, I don't have the time right now, or I don't have the energy, but you have an idea and you just haven't quite made it come to fruition. You've had this idea for a while. You're struggling with actually putting it into the works. And she keeps saying, dream big, Bethany, dream big.
She says yes with the rose tattoo.
Okay. She's been thinking about getting a rose tattoo. Okay. Bethany, would you understand Joyce being a grandmother for you?
It says she came into my dream about 2 years ago and I want to get back into college.
Okay. So 2 years ago, she came into a dream. Is that grandma and getting back into college? That would be the thing I'm feeling like that you keep saying, I don't have time, I'm putting off. It's in memory of an aunt. I got the tattoo a few years ago. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So I'm not sure if that's the rose tattoo, but if it is, and for your aunt, yes, she's my mom's mom. Okay. Okay. Great. Your mom's mom, grandmother. Okay. Alrighty. And then you got a tattoo for an aunt. Okay. I think I'm following. Perfect. So your grandmother, Joyce, and that's mom's mom, is just talking about dream big, honey. Don't keep cutting yourself off. You keep saying tomorrow, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll take care of this tomorrow. I don't have time right now. I'll get back to this when I can. And then you put it off. And then it doesn't happen again. You're going through this repetitive cycle with it. And she keeps telling me, honey, dream big. Go for it. It's time. It's time for you to quit being worried about all the things that you need to do. Make it work. Get back in there. Do what you need to do. Do what you want to do so that you can have that fulfilling and abundant life that you're looking for down the road with that career so that you're a happier person. So right now, I feel like you're just like making ends meet and you're just getting things done and you're doing what you have to do and you keep putting it on the back burner. And you need to actually like start looking for a way to do that, but still keep your finances in order so you can do both and you can make a better life. Does this make sense?
She says that's one of the most positive things she's ever said to me.
Well, she truly wants the best for you. Even when our loved ones, and there's a sense with her of I'm gonna just tell you, she's a little bit, she can be a little bit harsh. She can be a little harsh when she gets on a tangent and she wants to see something happen. She can kill it. She can go there like every day, 15 times a day, and to where you're just like, oh my God, you already said this. You already said this. In
Yeah, she
life,
said.
that's how she was, I think.
Yeah, she says I just had a baby, so it's hard finding
Well,
time to do anything. That's probably what she's referring to.
it probably is. And that's a very important thing. Raising a child is incredibly important. And I would never say for anyone to take away time from raising their children. Um, but with modern day technology and night school and online school, there are ways to get things done. And that's something that definitely didn't have when I was growing up. And I don't think Michael, at our age, we didn't have online school, so
Nope.
that would have been really awesome. My aunt isn't trying to come through since the tattoo was mentioned. She probably is, and take that definitely, Bethany, as a postcard. Take that as a postcard from your aunt, because she is talking about the tattoo on the arm and letting me know. So be sure to take that as a postcard. I have to go. Oh, Jocelyn, thank you so much, sweetheart. I know it's probably like really early or late. I can't think. 14 hours over there. So thank you for joining us, honey. Um, I want to hop over. Okay, did we have? I want to go over to Kelly really quick. Is she still here? Kelly Scribner, if you're still here, pop up in the comments for me. And then also, um, hello, Elizabeth. I didn't say hello to you. And then was that the Richard? Please
Yes.
confirm. Okay, thanks. I haven't been able to read all these comments because they're coming in super fast and I've got to tap in. So hi, Kelly. Okay, I definitely want to go back to him in a moment because I have a gentleman coming through for him and I know it's for him. I just don't know who it is yet. So give me a moment, Richard. Bethany, thank you. I've been begging for one of my family members to come through, and I had a feeling my grandma was going to. Oh, she did. She sure did. And Joyce was lovely, and thank you so much again for sharing her love and trusting me with your spirits. I want to go to Kelly really quick because I had that signature earlier about the girl, the young girl. I do believe, Kelly, that your daughter was trying to come through, and I think somebody kind of hijacked it. So kind of got off, and then she's come back in again, and she needs me to say something to you. Um, there is um, there is a reference from her about rainbows, and Kelly, if you can understand the reference I'm giving you about a double rainbow, let me know. This is not just a ordinary double rainbow. This would have come at a time of major grief, major depression for you, when things just felt very bleak and very sorrowful. And you would have seen this and thought of your daughter. And she's reminding me to tell you, look for the rainbows in life, Mom. Look for the small things. Look for the wins. Look for the little itty bitty things that just change your life. And I don't know why she keeps talking about this, but you know how people do, Kelly, you know how people do that pay it forward thing? They'll get in line for like food, fast food, or coffee, or just whatever it is. I don't know why coffee keeps coming up tonight, but there's a reason. We're going to have to see. Might be related to Richard's dad. I don't know. But there's something with that. But Kelly, the double rainbow with your daughter. She says, Mom, you know how people pay it forward and they'll just buy a total stranger a cup of coffee, or you get up in line and something that miraculous happens and you're like, oh my gosh, that was so nice. Well, I need to do that for someone. That was amazing. She's sharing with me that there have not been enough of those moments in your life. And she said, so Mom, she said, Mom, why don't you do one? Why don't you start one? Why don't you give something somewhere to someone, some small little thing? And I want you to do it for me in my name. Make it special and do it like, gotcha, Cal. I've got you, Cal. And she's talking about how amazing the love is and how much joy that she has now, and that all her sorrow has already washed away. And you know that, you really truly know that. But she says, you need to find some joy within. You tend to shut it out. Does that make sense, Kelly? And let me know about the double rainbow, hun. Richard, I'm not with you yet, hun. Hold on. Okay, Kelly said yes. Okay. In that exact moment, when you were with that double, you were seeing that double rainbow and giving that message up to her, she was seeing you back, standing by your side, and she knows that everything that you're doing is all for her. She knows that. But she's telling me, and we've seen one together, that's beautiful. And she tells me that this is a way for you to have those days where you're mopey, and to take that mopiness and actually make it good for someone else, and it's going to cheer you up inside. It's like passing something on when you have nothing to give, and it makes you feel so much better. And so she's saying, Mom, this is how I felt. This is why she's saying this. She's saying, Mom, this is how I felt at the end. I felt that I had nothing to give. And she said she forsaked herself. And she didn't realize all that was sitting right in front of her. And you, Kelly. So she's just trying to show you how passing something on can make a total difference and a change in the world when you're feeling the worst you can possibly feel. And had she been able to express how she was feeling and maybe do this herself, that would have kept her going and made her go, oh, you know what? This felt good. I want to do more. I want to live. I want to be here. And it's that bright, beautiful rainbow shining that double rainbow light over you, just letting you know that the world is going to be fine. It's going to be okay. So Kelly, I love you, and your daughter is so special. I don't know if she ever wore these shoes, because she just said she was all about comfort, and she was telling me I don't know why she was showing me those. She was showing me, you remember those jellies? I think they were called, those plastic shoes. Do you remember that one? The plastic that girls wore, and they were so. I don't know why she all of a sudden started showing me jellies. She is showing me shoes today for some reason. And I think the ballet slippers that I was seeing before, I think what she was doing was getting me to where I needed to be. So the ballet slippers I was seeing before kind of were skewered. Now it's totally jellies. It is jellies. 100% those jellies. But they look like little ballet flats without the ribbons tied. So absolutely, thank you. God bless you. Thanks so much. Okay, you're so very welcome, sweetheart. And just remember, there is light in the dark, and those double rainbows, they don't find you by accident. You definitely have to take a look and open your eyes. Her sister had to hit her with one jelly. I love it. Okay. Did she have a pink pair though? Answer that. Because I swear that's why I thought they were ballet flats. Because they saw pink. I don't know if she had the pink sparkly kind, but they're kind of pink, translucent looking. And that's what she was showing me earlier. So I'm glad I got that image back because it made no sense. It's a standing joke. Well, good. Okay. Okay. Then you know. So, okay. So I want to go over, thank you, Kelly, so much, honey. Thank you for sharing her love again. I want to go over to Richard, and I know he has put a lot in the comments. I can't even remember what all he has said, but I want to go there. So just use name or relationship is easier. Yes. Yes, absolutely. So, Richard, if there is one person you would like to connect with tonight, just please pop only their name into the chat. And again, I know you've made a lot of comments. I haven't been able to like be here and go and read. So just pop one name into the comments for me. And I'm going to tap into that particular energy and we'll see what happens. It could be that they all start coming in. The gentleman that's here, though, I have to tell you. All right. I'm gonna try to get her. There is a gentleman though that is hanging out. Would you understand? This is so weird. I know you're saying Mary Lou Whitten. Okay, you're welcome, Kelly. I love you, sweetheart. Mary Lou Whitten. Is that your grandmother's name or your mother's name? He's okay. He's telling me.
He wrote mom.
Mom. Okay. Who in the family there's an E name, an E name. I don't know if this is like Edward. And if there's no Edward in yours, Richard, I'm going to set him aside for a second and we'll go back to Edward. Your mom is Mary Lou. It's really funny because I have to tell you. So Richard, as mom is joining us, this gentleman is quite a bit stronger in spirit, in nature than her. I feel like he's been over there longer than mom. Is dad also passed, Richard? And is he over with mom? I mean, do you understand dad being on the other side is all I'm saying. Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay, because dad's coming in a bit stronger than mom's energy's coming in. It's funny because he gave me a reference to Michael. You're going to have to help me because this is going to show my age again. Do you know? Is it the Mary Tyler Moore show that had Bob Newhart?
There was the Bob Newhart show. And
was he on Mary Tyler Moore, the guy from, because I keep seeing Bob Newhart and I don't know why I keep seeing Bob Newhart, but it has to do with your dad, Richard. It has to do with the energy that surrounds him. Like he was a very kind of quirky guy, and he would get everything done, and he was the hardworking person in the family, and he was talkative when he was around people that he knew and liked very much so. Does this make sense to you about dad? Oh, okay. He said I never met them, but does this make sense? I think earlier he was saying something about adopted. Do you know them? Do you know your real biological parents at all? And if not, never met them. And if not, can we ask why the family won't take me back home? Can you ask them why my family won't take me back home? Okay. You said yes to that question about dad. Okay. Okay. Yes, you knew. Okay. So does the quirkiness and the Dick Van Dyke was with Mary Moore. Thank you, Joy. We always know someone's going to know out there when I can't pull this off. Dick Van Dyke. Okay, so not Mary Tyler Moore. So what I'm seeing is I'm seeing Mary Lou, like they're giving me Mary Tyler Moore is kind of like how Mary Lou was, and they're giving me Bob Newhart is kind of how dad, and if dad is Cornelius, that's what that's the characters they're giving me for how these people were kind of in life on the earth plane. So mom, Mary Lou Whitney, was extremely bubbly and cheerful and a happy personality. And she could just do anything. She was a crafty person and she would do things like sew and what is the macrame, like anything like that. She was a busybody. She did all kinds of things like that. That would be Mary Lou. She was very much proficient in whatever she took on. Yet she was a little subtle on the side when it was people she wasn't aware of or didn't know well. Does that make sense? And I know you keep asking a lot of questions about why they won't take you back into their home. Um, yeah, okay. I just want you to know that what I'm picking up about this, I feel like there's a reason behind their actions and attitudes. I feel like there's a certain amount, if you will, of distrust, and I don't know why there's distrust. Um, I keep hearing in my head from them what they're saying is there's not a completion. There's not a completion. So, Richard, I'm not sure if this distrust is around something that you caused or something that they caused, but I'm hearing that there's been a lot of distrust. And as a result of that distrust, they kind of have like there's been like a little bit of a separation or a distancing from your energy, from theirs. I don't know if the distrust was caused by you or them because they're not really giving me that piece. They're saying that this distrust, though, is the reason why. Okay. So, do you understand there being something that occurred that is that caused a distrust? No, it's cold. Do you mean just by that it's you just mean like like cold attitudes towards you? I'm, I, I keep hearing them just say that word over and over that there's some kind of a distrust. Okay. He just says, yeah, last November. Um, Answer me this, Richard. I don't know why they keep showing me this. And what they show me is they keep showing me like taking someone and actually taking them, having to get them from place to place to place. Um, this feels to me like someone needed a lot of care. Someone needed to be, they needed, they needed to be handheld. They needed to be taken to the doctors. They needed to be waited upon. They needed to be given care and comfort where they were in their life, um, in their illness. And there's something about how this was set up between the family members. It literally feels like that some family members said they were doing things and they weren't, but then they kind of lied or told somebody else they were, and it got all messed up. Does this make sense? Because they keep showing me there's like a problem. I didn't know that. Need that? What do you mean? I'm not sure what he's meaning.
I think he's talking about that there was like they were brainwashed against him, and I don't think that he needed that.
The
He needed,
brainwashing. Yeah,
yeah,
these comments are hard because I'm not sure where he's going with what he's trying to say. Um, I can understand why, like what they're giving me and what they're telling me right now is they understand why you feel the way you felt. There's a reason that there was an adoption, though. Um, okay, thank you. Okay, there's the lady that is popping in, Mary Lou. Okay, all right. Richard, if I said to you that this adoption came because of, I don't I don't know whether to call it an affair or an illicit, like a relationship that should not have been, that was against the odds from the get-go, but it feels like a very young relationship. It feels like, to me, out of wedlock, and feels like this is why the decision was made to send out for the to do an adoption for you. Does that make sense? Can you just say yes or no to that? Because they keep telling me you are beating yourself up, like all the time, wondering why. Why did this happen? Why am I where I am? Why did no one want me? Why do I feel abandoned? Okay. All right. He said yes to that. Please no. Okay. And there's what I was saying. Correct. Okay. Please no. But the life you were given, and I say this a lot. I've said this before. I have another client that I've had for a very long time. Same exact thing. You never met your real family. I understand. I want you to know, though, that while one day you will meet them, and they are going to love you just as much as they always did. Now, I know that you're sitting there and you're thinking, okay, but they gave me up. Why would they give me up? That's not love. Actually, there's a lot of choices they had to make, and they could have made different ones. But the reason that they wanted you to have this abundant, beautiful, productive life is they didn't feel they could do it for you at the time that it was a decision to be made, whether you were going to exist or not. They wanted to give you a chance. That's exactly right, Veronica. They wanted to give you a chance for a better life they didn't feel like they had the ability to give you at the time. And I would like to invite you to actually look at this a little differently and think of it as an opportunity that you don't want to waste, because you were given that life. And your family, they're going to meet you again one day. And they're going to be in a different place than they are or were when you were born, when they didn't know what to do, when they felt helpless, and they felt like they didn't know what else to do, and they couldn't give you that good life. Well, all I want to share with you is this thing with November. You keep gravitating to November. I keep feeling like November was a turning point for you. November was a period in time in your life when you got just fed up and tired of hearing the excuses, having no one come to you from the family. I feel like there's been this separation, this huge separation. And so I ask you to look at that a little different. What has changed? Because they're telling me that a lot of this, a lot of what's going on, a lot of putting people out of your life, it's on both sides. So they may have started it, they may have gotten angry, they may have not talked to you, and then you were like, well, them, I don't need this. They've never loved me. And you started attributing it to everything from being adopted. So just let me know in the comments if you can understand that piece. And if you can, I just ask you to find it in your heart to possibly look a little bit more into self and say, what happened? What did I do to cause any of this? Did you cause any of this? I don't think you did cause any of this. Richard, is there a car accident involved with somebody in your family in November? Some kind of a tragic accident?
Um,
I see the first comment. What's the I do?
that's in response to the car, I think, or something
Let's
in
make
November. That
sure, because I'm getting this strong piece about some kind of a tragedy beyond telling you, beyond the verbal stuff,
no,
beyond the verbal stuff. And then he said
yeah.
no. Okay. Um, Richard, has someone lost their life though in you mean Vanderbilt? I could be asking about one of them. Someone is sharing with me information from your family. Someone is sharing me information about a tragic car accident that, and they're not really saying someone passed away. They're saying a tragic car accident happened last year. Um, and they're showing me like behaviors that kind of worked up to and caused whatever happened. So this could have just been, if to me, it feels very much like not paying attention or being really absent-minded and having something go very wrong. Was my dad from the Rothschilds? Oh, that's not coming up. Sure. What it was Pat Vanderbilt? Was he in a tragic accident? Okay, I see. I know that. I'm specifically though asking about a tragic car thing. I don't know if we're getting answers on our questions, but I'm feeling this energy of one of the gentlemen that's here, surrounded by something with a tragedy, and almost like being absent-minded or um, not paying close enough attention. Michael, we're at 8:26, so I'm gonna let Richard, since he's just putting comments and comments and comments. I was told I was related to billionaire families. Okay, well, I mean, from don't know
From DNA.
DNA. I mean, that's like a guidance reading and something that we're not really doing today. So I would love to sit with you for that reason, but this is not what we were doing. We weren't doing guidance type stuff today. And your bloodline, your DNA is going to be the best bet on that because that's something you've got to research anyway, especially since you're adopted. Um, I'm not picking up Rothschilds though, so I'm not sure on that. Bye, Veronica. Love you, sweetie. Okay, I want to go back. Let's see. Is there anyone else that had a comment? Do we want to one more and close it down?
There was one that mentioned a name, but
I'm
I'm
looking back
looking to
also.
see where. It was. Danny Hawk was asking. There's a message from her dad,
If there's a
and
message from her dad, let's see, where's that comment?
I just passed it here. Let
Can you
me
pull it
see.
for me? Teresa.
Let's see.
Okay, thank you for saying about the reg. Let me just tell you this, just because I'm getting that comment so strongly.
Here we go.
Just be mindful, Richard. Be mindful. Lately, when you're out moving around, traveling, um, I'm getting this just the sense of an overwhelming sense of absent-mindedness or having your thoughts scattered too many different places. So that's just be mindful. Let's see. Okay, so we have Dragon 8 Treasure. So Melissa, Texas Brew Crew. Have you heard the name Dawn? Not tonight, Texas Brew Crew. Not yet. Let's see. Okay, so let's go to Melissa. Let's do that. Kind of okay. Yeah, we're gonna do Melissa. Okay, and Dragonflight 8 Treasure, can you just give me your name? Put your name in the chat for me so I know who we're speaking to. Do we understand? Okay. Okay. As Melissa's as I'm pulling and gravitating toward Melissa, Debbie, hi Debbie. As we're pulling toward Melissa, oh, what happened? Oh my goodness. Okay. Michael, I am getting I'm not sure why this is. I feel very Debbie, I feel very teary eyed. I feel very nervous. I feel like there's a knowing here, a knowing that something was happening. Do you understand this knowing something was happening to Melissa? Her knowing or having a sense of feeling like something was off that day, because she's communicating with me that there's something off. It felt off. It felt wrong. Something in her body felt off. And I keep getting I keep feeling like pressure or pain in my chest with her.
She says no, neither. All she had was 100 temp.
Okay, but there's some feeling with her that like something wasn't right. I feel that. I feel it in my head. Like there's a pressure. I feel like in my chest. I feel like there's like something doesn't feel right. It's like cloudy. It's like my brain feels cloudy. Um,
She says couldn't breathe that night.
okay. Um, okay. And do you understand with Melissa? Do you understand this to be? I don't know why I want to say it's so weird. They're mixing the two. I don't know why I'm trying to say goddaughter.
She says the ER said she had pneumonia, but she doesn't believe them about the pneumonia.
And hun, is this actually your daughter? Um, hmm. Yeah, I'm not, here's the crazy thing, because I'm not feeling, normally when I feel pneumonia, when I feel that in the body, I'll have a hard time breathing in or out with the air. Um, I'm feeling, I'm feeling like an infection, some kind of a, it's making her very, it made her very cloudy. It made her, um, her head hurt. Do you know if her head hurt? Yes, my daughter. Okay. Do you know, Debbie, if her head was hurting? And I see, oh, this is crazy. This makes me just so cry, so sad. Um, this also, it's like it came on like quickly. Like, I don't, this wasn't like, oh, she had it 4 or 5 days and she had this temperature. It feels fast to me, feels very quick. Um, and the fever happened, and then we were in the hospital. We're saying we don't feel well, and they're just kind of brushing you off, like, oh, it's like, this is what it is. This is what it is. They're just immediate, like, this is what it is. It's pneumonia. It's this, without really looking, because I don't even feel like they did an X-ray of the lungs before they gave the diagnosis. It's almost just like, okay, yep, we don't. How are you doing? You're not breathing. You're having a little trouble last night breathing. Okay, yeah, it's pneumonia.
Yeah, she said while you were talking about the pneumonia,
Uh,
starting with that,
yeah, yeah.
she wished she had told her if she had other symptoms, and then
Okay,
said immediately, exactly, yes, exactly,
okay,
to your
okay,
questions.
okay. Would you
She's
understand? Would you understand her being a young, like a, because I keep getting this impression that she's kind of like a, um, I don't want to say a child because I don't feel like she's young, and I don't feel like she's on her own. I feel like she's kind of in that interim, like either a teen or like maybe early 20s, somewhere between 12 and 18.
she said they admitted her and she passed a week later.
I'm very sorry for your loss, also, by the way. This is never easy when this is the death of a child. Um, there's something that they just missed it. Oh, she was older. Okay, good. This is interesting because when she shows me herself, she is showing me herself living like younger. She's showing me herself rejuvenated and happy and younger. And there's I don't know why I keep getting the word, but do you know, did she have an inhaler? Did she have an inhaler, or was she known to have an asthma type situation? Because something about the antibiotics weren't working, all organs started to fail, right? But there's something about, did they give her an inhaler in the hospital, or did they try to open her airway or something with inhaling type drugs? Whew. Because my head, she keeps making my head hurt, and she keeps saying like nothing felt like, it wasn't, something was wrong, something was working through her organs, but yes, but her brain, she didn't feel right, she was fuzzy, something felt really off. It was, I really still feel like it's some kind of a bacterial, some kind of an infection that spread, that went septic, that closed off the airway
Yeah.
eventually.
She said earlier we spoke about you feeling it was bacterial.
Oh, okay. I must have missed that. Okay.
She
And we do,
says no inhaler, but did try weed inhaler or
oh,
whatever it's called.
yeah,
She had trouble
trouble
with
with sleeping.
sleeping.
Okay. It's really strange. I don't know why she keeps showing me. She is showing me this inhaler. And that's why I wanted to bring that out in this reading. She kept showing me that inhaler. And something about that inhaler, I don't know if she just tried it. I don't know if she just tried it or if she's showing me that inhaler as a piece of the puzzle for her. That inhaler seems important. That's what I'm going to say, Debbie. That inhaler to her seems important. It could have even been a part of what happened to her. Do you know, in relative, because she's showing me the inhaler and she's showing me not long, maybe a few years after that inhaler, maybe not even a few years. She's saying short.
She said, got it, tried it a few times, but didn't help.
Okay.
She said, yes, damaged her lungs.
Okay. Because I feel like she's showing me a piece of the puzzle. She's showing me a piece of what actually put her organ and her body systems over when she was met with another issue. So she could have received or been privy to a bacterial infection or some kind of infection, and then that actually made it worse instead of better. And when she had the infection in her body, that caused it to like actually create more of a problem with her actually being able to work the bacteria, get it out of her lungs. That's why it looked like pneumonia to the hospital, because all the alveoli, everything was kind of shutting down. But it was something about doing that and then a short period of time after, and then having this happen. So if your timeline, if it says your timeline is spot on, if that's right, she's showing me that as a piece of the puzzle. Like, I thought this was a good thing, turned out not so good. That is not something that she wants. Like, I think she's telling me this for a reason, Debbie. I think she's giving me this piece because she knows that you feel that way, and she knows that you need to let it go. She doesn't want you to keep blaming yourself for being a part of that decision. So let me know, but what she's saying is you were a part of that decision. Like, there was discussion around that, and it was received and done to help her with the sleep. And in reality, maybe there was something better, but you keep going back and saying, by God, did I cause it? By God, did I do the wrong thing? Did I encourage her to do what this thing was without researching? And should I have done better? And as a mom, should I have stepped in? Should I have looked into this? Does that make sense to you, Debbie?
She says, yes, we are all trying to figure it out.
Yeah. And at this point, she says, what is there to figure out, Mom? I can't change it. I can't come back. But I definitely know one thing. I love you. I love you. I love you. And she said that to me 3 times. And she said, please tell, does she have a child? Does she have a son?
She says, I know.
If she has a son or a child,
She says, no.
okay. There's a brother, there's a boy that she's also saying was involved, like a brother. Does she have a brother? There's a son or a brother energy that she's wanting to be known, that she understands and appreciates them actually also kind of being sheltered away from this, if you will, or prevented from seeing kind of her in her worst. Does that make sense? Okay.
She says, I have 2 sons that live with me.
Okay. So that would be her brothers. Okay. And she tells me that they were in a sense kind of sheltered, if you will, from having to see things that were like at the very, very, very worst. Um, and I don't think this could have even been sheltered by themselves, but they have been kind of separated. She's separated out their energy and said they didn't need to see all this. I didn't want them to see me in this condition. And she says that she's grateful for all of the things you did, for you sitting by her side, for you sitting by the bedside. And don't worry about walking away and leaving. There was a point at time which you had to walk away. Does that make sense to you, Debbie?
She said earlier all 3 have or had autoimmune. And now says, yes, I was stuck in a very mentally and physically marriage.
Okay.
And then, yes.
Okay. She's telling me all this to let you know so that you release that guilt and you let go of that, because you have felt bad about how this played out, how you had to leave to make sure that your marriage stayed on track, all of these things. She's telling me, Mom, you beat yourself up for this. Quit. Stop it. I love you, Mom. There's nothing in this world that can change how she feels about you. She
She
understands.
says was abusive.
Yeah, she understands. Do you understand, Debbie, when your daughter was younger? Do you understand braiding her hair like little Debbie? 2 braids.
Pippi Longstocking style?
Kind of, yeah. Or little Debbie has the 2 braids too. And it's funny because like how she shows me this is she shows me like this moment between mom and daughter. The kids had it was so hard. The
The
kids
kid
had it
had
so
the
hard.
kids had it so hard.
Okay, yes, most definitely.
Yes,
Okay,
most
that's for the
definitely.
braids. Because it's funny how she shows me like doing the braiding and like, oh no, got it wrong, and you're starting over, and like, oh, it's perfect now, and kind of like being at the end, and the ends are really you're trying to put the rubber band on, and it's like short, and the rubber bands like sometimes would pop, and so she's showing me that like it's kind of a funny moment that you guys would have where you would be doing her hair and oh wrong redo, and then you're at the end of the braid and you're trying to get the little braids in and the little rubber bands on there just so. I did all different kinds of braids. Okay, perfect. LOL. Yeah.
This
Okay.
is
Well, she just wanted to pull something in since we got really deep and kind of, that was very, very, very soulful information. And she wanted to change that around and bring you a memory of when she was younger to leave you with today so that you could remember her in a beautiful light that she is, and that you can stop thinking about the scene at the hospital. She doesn't want you to continually go back there. She wants you to let it go. So I love you and I leave you with her peace and her love. And thank you for letting me read for you, Debbie, and thank you for being here this evening. And I know we've gone way over, Michael.
we have, and there's 2 requests. I don't know if you're picking up anything, but Texas Boo Crew asked if you heard the name Don tonight,
I saw
and
that.
Bethany is asking if before the live ends, she's been waiting since 2014 to hear from her aunt, if her aunt is around.
Okay.
And Debbie says, thank you so much. All I can see is her in hospital. And
And
then
she
she
knows
said,
it.
thank you so much.
Yeah, and Debbie, she knows it. That's why she brought the scene up. That's why she wanted me to talk about it. And then that's why she wanted to go back to younger, beautiful time when you were braiding her hair and she was full of life and we didn't have all these worries and these cares. Everything was better. So she wants you to remember her for that and see her in that way. Um, and honestly, Michael, I don't want to force readings. I think that's never a good thing to do.
Yeah,
We've been
and
going since 7 o'clock. So I respectfully, Bethany, we can definitely try next time. We're going to be doing this like every month. Um,
right,
and
and Bethany got one earlier, I
she did.
believe.
She did. And yes, thank you, Debbie. And also for Boo Crew, I'm not sure which one of you on the Boo Crew that is. Might
I
be
feel like
William.
it's
I'm not
Christine.
sure. Christine. Okay.
I feel
Um,
like it. I don't know. That's just
okay.
the
I
feeling
don't
I
know.
get.
I was thinking it might be William, but maybe not. So I know the Boo Crew has lots of friends. So maybe you guys, I just, again, I don't like forcing readings. I have gone now for like almost 2 straight hours. And I probably, Christine, it is Christine. And I probably should say I'm good for tonight because I
Yes,
don't want to force things and then start losing the connection. And that's what'll happen if you just keep going and going and going and going. So it's time for me to take a tiny breath.
I agree. And, it's like we said earlier, we try to get something for everyone in the time. And so come back next month and,
Mm-hmm.
we'll try then and just keep coming back and we'll keep doing our best. And Texas Boo Crew says, I've enjoyed watching. Teresa says, love you. And Anna Cordova says, good night, guys. Thanks
Um,
again.
I just gotta quickly tell Teresa one thing, um, and I know why this popped in my head, but hero, and just give her that word. That's all she needs to hear is hero. Zero to hero. Just she'll know what it means.
No, I'm laughing because it's kind of something we were talking about the other day.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the songs to that
Oh yeah,
name.
I forgot about that. Oh yeah, true. That is so true. Thank you guys so much for the love and the light, sharing your loved ones tonight with us. We appreciate you as always. Tell your friends, share it out. We'll do this once a month. We'll have our next date, and I will post that on my Medium page, Tammy Christine Medium, very soon. Michael, thank you so much tonight for being our beautiful, gracious host again and again and again.
Always a pleasure, and I am grateful for everyone's loved ones that came through, and for those that didn't. One thing I will mention to you in hindsight
Oh,
from my
yeah.
years of experience is even if you didn't get something directly, every time a message is delivered, there is something for everyone in it. So that's just something I've learned from personal experience. So keep that in mind as you go through and think about everything you heard tonight and, take what resonates with you and what doesn't, let it go. And now I got that song Let It Go stuck in my head.
Oh, oh. Thank you guys. Thank you, Elizabeth. I appreciate your lovely comments. Thank you, Joy. Um, thank you, Bethany. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, everyone that came through. Thank you, Richard. Thank you guys for showing up, watching, and we just hope to continue to bring you love and comfort from the other side. So good night.
Yes. Good night, everyone. Uh,